All right, TikTok. This is part two of my confession. I kind of briefly explained to you about my sexual lifestyle and, experience molestation. Another thing in my part two of confession is that growing up being a young man and experiencing the homosexual lifestyle, another thing that I had to deal with is the bullying. Growing up in a black family, and it was 10 of us, especially when you're growing up with some brothers with that are thugs. And at that time growing up, I lived in the city of East St. Louis, Illinois. And at the time they had a lot of gang members, gang violence, and doing that when I was coming up in the 80s. And, I used to get picked on. A couple of my brothers, used to pick at me and make fun of me. Then I was picked on at school, because, growing up as a young boy, I guess they knew that I was gay. And used to torment me and make fun of me. I used to get and pick at me. I've even experienced times when my mom wasn't home, and I had a brother that, they used to just torment the shit out of me. And it's like throughout my life, I felt so low. No matter where I went, I felt judged. I felt unaccepted. I felt unwanted. I felt like, how could God birth a human like me into this world to be hated by so many people just because of my lifestyle, but never got the opportunity to know my heart, to know me as a person, to know if I got feelings. Only thing they know, oh, you're a fag, you gay, or leave. Like the one comment on my last post, one guy stated, leave the women for the real men. See that bullshit like that? Them type of talks. I don't like negative talks like that, or men who are so ignorant, think they so masculine they can tell a man like me, leave the women for the real women, for the real man, stuff like that. So it's like, in my life, is the words and the crucifixion and the ridicule you get, and the hatred just because of my sexuality, which in homosexuality been out for years, back in the biblical days, back when somebody grandfather, this is nothing new. But in this today's time in 2022, the hatred is so on the high rise, whether it be racism and even dealing with homosexuality and the bulliness and the making person feel like, that's why a lot of people form, suicidal thoughts. That's why people go off and be quiet and high and think about ways of committing suicide, because how people treat them. That's part two.